What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and it's been a hot second. It's gonna be a little bit of a bumpy road till I get my move into the new house and then get my new setup. So please understand that content might be a little bit lacking, and then we'll get back into the full swing of things. So without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So guys, if you want to help support the channel with no extra cost, please use the affiliate link down below. It costs you nothing to support the channel, and it's just a great way of doing it while you're checking out cards that you are always ready going to be paying for. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start off. EX-09 hit off with a bang. They actually did something I wasn't expecting them right away to do, and this dropped a little bit earlier than expected, which led to being prices a little bit different because they were actually selling $625 apparently. So I missed out on Wednesday. So yeah, I'm an idiot apparently, but Mugen's been holding strong in the $30 range, which no surprise there. It's one of those secrets are always going to hold some sort of value. And Europe side holding strong at 17, 18 euros, which roughly equals about $23. So yeah, I mean, if you guys really need the cards, this is something you should probably just wait out on. I don't know if Mugen's going to be that competitive. We're going to have to wait and see. Now, Kaguya EX-09 was selling for, you know, 9s to 10s earlier, now holding strong in the 18-19 range. Just the support is really good for puppets, and puppets actually now have a way of being competitive. Just being able to give your tokens and puppets the ability of alliance and blocker is really good for an ability just of her own choice. So again, players will have to make choices and stuff like that, and I feel bad for anybody that did not get the promo Ariza because that card is just now gone. Now, Europe side looking like 8 to 9 euros, so kind of in the same, a little bit of the ballpark. They're about $13. They're climbing though. On Alter S was the same fate. If you guys snagged this when it was 9s to $7.50, congratulations, you got probably the best deal for this card. Anything else, you're now paying almost close to $20 a pop, and it's going to be a long while before this card comes down. Now, Europe side looking like 5 to 6 euros. God, this is pretty decent. Now, where Grumon Sagittarius mode's holding strong at $7, going down to 8s. Now 3s to 4 euros. Now Metal Greymon Alterius modes are $7.62. Europe side looking like 3 to 4 euros. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets down to a €1, and I think personally I might snag them up if they're 1s. Now Albedo Core is at $7.40 going down. I mean, it's like $8.19 past that, but it's gonna be a while before this thing even comes down to remotely cheap. Europe side looking like 4 euros, which is not terrible. Unimon Alter S alts are holding strong at 45, 46 range. And yeah, if you snag them for 30s, you're in a good spot, but the early dropping was really weird for this set. Usually they hold off even on these side sets till release date, and this wasn't really making sense to me. 21 to 28 euros. Kaguya alts are up to $30 a pop. Europe side looking like 17 to 21 euros. Machine Dramon alts EX-09 are at 45, tipping up a little bit, 48s. Wow. 30s, 33s, 34s. At least this one's a little bit cheaper. Now, Battlecore alts are at $19, going down to 20s. Yeah, we're at $20 range. I definitely think Albedomon has a lot going for it in a good way, and it's just going to take some time for adaptability. Europe side 12 to 14 euros. Chimera versus Monsters EX-09, $12, $13. I expect this to dip down long-term wise. I don't expect it to hold good value until much later when we actually get another couple dozen waves of DM support that leads to this thing to be that super splashable. Europe side 5 to 7 euros. Analog use are at $3.22. I expect this thing to be like $1. Europe side 2 to 3 euros. Metal Greymon Alterius mode alts are at $19.70, going down. I expect it to come down a little bit more. Europe side 14 to 15 euros. Kamiya and Matt Ishida's were at $13.95 for the alt. Yeah, this is just kind of commonplace, right? 10s to 14 euros. Myri, Puppet, alt Tamer were at $19 a pop. You know, Europe side 9 to 14 euros. Metal Greymon versus Royal Monsters. Wow, versus Royal Knights. You can tell where I've been for a while. EX-09 is $5 a piece, going down. I expect this to come down pretty quickly. I expect a lot of the Mugen support to come down pretty quickly. I don't know if we're going to see like Mugen actually be the best deck in the format. I think it definitely got a new wave of support that's really good, but I don't know if long-term wise, you know, 2 to 3 euros. Where Garurumon Sagittarius mode alts are at $16 to 20s. Wow. Europe side 8 to 9 euros. I expect this to be a little more expensive because the Metal Guru deck is actually pretty playable with the Where Guru Sagittarius mode, so we'll have to see. Blitz Greymon Ace is at 20 bucks. 8 to 9 euros just for the alt guys. Now, Serenumon, this elk deer majesty looking thing for Wind Guardians, $2 going down. I expect this to be dirt cheap as well. You know, 2 euros. Yeah. Mega Dramons are at $4.20. At least the pieces are a little bit cheaper, and that's good to see because, again, even base rarity, it just sucks sometimes when these things are like 10s to 12s, and then it just makes it really hard once you have to get a Mugen. 3 euros. Metal Mammas at $3.60. Yeah, not terrible. 50 cents. 1 euro. Blitz Greymon Aces, just for the base, is $1.10. Europe side 2 cents, 10 cents. Analog Man alts are at $22. I expect this to hold this price range. It just suits where Analog Man kind of just hits long term. Europe side 10 to 12 euros. Crest Garurumon Ace alts are at $16. Holding no, it's at 20 guys with that $5 shipping. Crazy. Just base rarity is at under $1 too. Again, we'll have to see if Crest Garurumon Ace actually does some crazy shenanigans long-term wise. Now, taking a look here, we're at 3 cents, 10 cents. Now, we do have Honeymon, limited foils, holding strong at $20, 34. People were snagging these things at 5s, which was pretty decent. If you missed out on that wave, which I did, I kind of am a little upset that happened. You know, 4 to 6 euros to 30 euros. Wow. Now, you do have Kokishimon, $18.75. God, this thing is expensive. Europe side, 6 to 9 euros. Again, a key piece of the deck, and for puppets wise, this was the support it needed for a good bet. Dorumon from the Legends pack 2025, $2.58 to $2.60. You know, 10 and 30 cents. Wow. Metal Tyrannomon alts are at $13.09. If you guys are looking for it, that's not a bad price. 7s to 9 euros. You guys have a decent there. Chimeramon alts are at 18s. Kind of surprising, like there's only a $5 difference between the two, like the secret and stuff like that. Probably just get the alt if you really want to get it. Europe side looking like 17 to 19 euros. Negamon, Negativemon, basically. I'm gonna get roasted on the internet for that one. But EX-09, 20 bucks. Yeah, Fly to 7 euros. Now we have Metal Mamamon alts are at $15.42, which isn't terrible. I expect these to come down though. Europe side 7 to 8 euros. Nobody's picking up meat. You know, Luffy's favorite food. $6.36. Yeah. Europe side 4 to 6 euros for the alt. Androidmon SP EX-09, $100. I think only 1 sale, 2 sales. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to keep moving. 100 euros for the SP. Androidmon is at $1. Wow. 40 cents, 90 cents, not even being picked up. Metal Mamamon SPs are at 110. I don't know if that's going to sell long term. Europe side 74 to 80 euros. Machine Dramon Rare Pull, the 2-star secret, $450. Nobody's picking it up for this price, so good luck on that. Europe side 200 euros. Wow. But all in all, guys, looks like the set is kind of settling right now because it had a couple days already, which triggers a weird flow, and we're basically on day number 2 full day of this set, maybe 3. So this means this is where the prices are going to stabilize for a bit. We'll take some couple weeks to lower them, but for now, this is where you're going to sit at. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button and subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.